All right, guys, what's up? What's up? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, welcome back. So, for those of you tuning in on YouTube, hit that thumbs up as well as you're logging in. I do have the disclaimer screen up there. Be sure to check it out. Understand that day trading, of course, is risky business. All right, risky business. A lot of people are having a hard time, so take it slow, take it easy. Build experience and competence before putting out a lot of risk. All right. Remember, the live streams and recaps are never a reason to try and copy trade. It takes months, more commonly years, to become efficient. Lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers, so be careful with fake accounts. I will never message you first randomly for no reason at all. Okay. So be careful of fake accounts out there. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys had a good weekend. I hope you guys are feeling good. We're coming in and we are looking to get locked in. So let's see what's on the scanners, what's moving and what's not. So of course, shout out to Momo Pro. So let's see. There's a couple of them that I'm watching out here. There's what's that? SCNI. SCNI. There's MBIO, which is looking pretty decent. Cheaper stock. There's TRNR. And I threw CRKN up there just for good fun. It's at 10 cents. It made a small move. This stock, we know it's, given some opportunities. So we'll see how it does. As usual, I'll post this to the YouTube stream and the alert section in Discord, the main chat room as well. All right, let's get into some trend lines. So SCNI is the one I'm going to start off with here. 770 pre-market highs. Not bad. 770. The low of the pullback has been 581. 581, the low of the pullback. Let's see. Our daily chart. SCNI. So it looks like this stock has been, selling off over the last few weeks, few months. And it's now recently curling up. And the 200 EMA, let's see. On E-Trade is telling, I'm seeing two different levels. E-Trade is telling me about 920. Thinkorswim is saying 121. I'm guessing one of them is not. I'm going to go with E-Trade. I'll go with E-Trade on this one. 920 to 200 EMA on the daily chart. And to be honest, that's a pretty good target. It's a pretty good target for us if this thing is strong and, gives us the uptrend. So that's the alarm, by the way, for screen recording. Let me go ahead and make sure my other screen is locked in. For those of you tuning in the Discord, I see you guys. Aaron, Big Steve, Cactus, Shadow, Enzo is in the building. And the list goes on. Hope you guys are feeling good. So yeah, make sure your screen recordings are turned on. That way we can review and study up later. Also, I gotta be on my game, right? One of the good things about the community is that we like when we're called out, right? If we start slacking off on one aspect, you guys can of course call us out. It's part of the relationship here, the communication. And so I was told, hey, Relentless, be a little quicker to upload the archive. So that is something this week that I'm looking forward to doing. So the moment the live stream is done, gonna try and get those archives up just for those of you who might want to, review earlier. Yeah, but SCNI looks pretty decent. Hopefully we can get a nice uptrend here. TR, and by the way, this one is up 82% with 11 million shares of volume. TR and R on the other hand, TR and R, this one is up 56% with 5 million shares of volume. Pre-market high at 563. Not bad at all, not bad. So we've had a decent move. We've pulled back recently. Those lows are coming in around 415 area. Since then, we've bounced up a little bit to 450, and we're consolidating right below the VWAP. So this type of pattern I do like coming into the open. VWAP is at 470. I'm going to put my trend line right in this area here. If we can see a strong move here, because this is, we're seeing a bit of a flag. All right, we're seeing a bit of a flag. This could give that opening surge if we see high volume early. If not, I'll be waiting and watching. Daily chart, TR and R. Doesn't look like much. Similar to the other stock we've sold off, and for a few weeks we've been trending down, and today we're getting a bit of a bounce. There's no obvious resistance. I could see here room potentially to 6, 7, maybe until 8, 850. So maybe we might have some room to move up here for TR and R. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna set resistance at 850. Maybe 715 as well could be an area to watch, but yeah, 850 is really an area that I like. Where can we go if it does go, right? That's kind of the question there. Where can we go if it does go? So lastly, for my top three here, MBIO. MBIO, the other stock. This one, cheaper, around 39 cents, is up 200% with 97 million shares of volume. And honestly, looks like it's just been going straight up. 43.35. For the pre-market high. The low of the pullback has been tight. Let's see. 36.75, and there's a 2-minute warning. 36.75. So this has been tight. Maybe this one can also give a push right into the open, but of course it's given such a strong move already that if it does need to consolidate for an hour or pull back a little bit before giving another opportunity, that would be fine. The 200 EMA on the daily is at 167. 167 for MBIO. So, I mean, even if this can get up to like 70 cents, that'll be great. But yeah, let's see what we get today. So, it's another beautiful day. I want to remind you guys to look forward to being disciplined, to look forward to being patient. We don't need to rush anything here. We just need to be, we got to stick to our plan, right? Our plan of action, our course of action. Slow, let the opportunities come to us, and keep in mind execution, right? Make sure to have a risk in mind, profit target. And so depending on the outcome, whether it's a green or red trade, there's no surprises, right? Even if you lose more than you expect initially, right? Because we also keep in mind risking to the extreme. So it's going to be another beautiful day. No need to be nervous, no need to be anxious. This is us just doing what we usually do every day, right? So it's another day and another opportunity, another chance for us to improve. So let's see which one of these three into the open is going to give a nice move. My share size is set, and I think I'll watch TR and R, and then I have the other two up there. If you're tuning in on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up. Which one will it be? Which one will it be? TR and R, the volume is light so far. SCNI seems a little risky. There's a spread. Do I want to take a chance here? I was thinking maybe over 30, but, waiting. Oh, well, okay. I could have held that a little longer. SCNI. SCNI perhaps might be the one here early. Well, they're all kind of green. They're all green to start. There's 58. It's a little tricky though. This one is tricky. I don't want to be overly aggressive. There's 20. That dip is going to work at 12, which is our last area where we held up. But I got poor fills. I got to bring down my volume here. So we're a little sideways to start. That was a good entry though. And it's back up. The high's at 58. I'm going to start the size. And we see a proper pullback. And that would have been an amazing dip if I could have got that. And I'm going to get blazed at the highs. Not good. Good shot, good attempt. That dip would have been beautiful. SCNI seems like it might be the one for now. Right now, I'm just waiting patiently. There's 80. What, 60 on the bids? So maybe a false breakout. What's it going to be? Ooh, there's a brutal spread there. Took my eye off the ask price for a little too long. All right, a little choppy here for me. Not as good as it could have been. The pullback was to 50 right there, but the spreads were massive. Just waiting patiently. Mm. Mm-mm. I was waiting for that to come down below the level. But the spreads were tight. I mean, it might still. It's early. We'll see. TR and R is pushing up at 5. And I'm going to get blazed. It looks like it's failing. I could have stopped out a little sooner there. A little disappointing to be red. We could have done so well if we caught that dip and then that second trade without that high fill. About 1,500 in gains versus red 350. Well, the fine line is that's fine, right? TR and R, moving on. TR and R, strong push through 5. This one is going to take over as the one. But I'm late to the show. 71 for the halt up. The halt is at 97. Will we get locked in? This is not good. We've missed a lot of opportunities here. Hopefully it's still strong, but it's extended. For sure, going from about 480 to 6. Opportunity costs. SCNI was good though, so can't really be upset about not seeing this one through 5. At first glance when I saw it, I saw 99, but then it's back down to 90. Looking back at it after the other ones failed, we're at 540. 540 pushing up. MBIO struggling a little bit. I think I gave SCNI too much of a stop, but other than that, so far so good. That was the third dip I took. Third dip, never good. The fine line, I tell you, the fine line. So in this situation, I don't mind looking for a trade at the dip and rip, but I want to be careful because the stock might have to pull back a little bit. Resumption time will be, where was that? 36 was 5. 41. 41, 12. 41 and 12 seconds if it's 5 minutes. Day trading, I tell you. I don't feel any sort of way, but on that, I do feel like I should have been very solidly green on this other stock. It is so interesting. It's so close every time. It's curling back up, by the way. It's at 55. It might keep going. Maybe not. The halt up is at 86. SCNI. $41.12. So we got about a minute and a half to the resumption. The halt is at 96. There it is. Will we get locked in? Why couldn't we see this just now? Come on. I'd like to see it get locked in because it's such an aggressive red to green here. We got another minute to resumption on the other stock. 710. SCNI, can we see a bigger pullback here? Taking 62 area. And I'm going to take a loss. Stopping out maybe a little too soon there. 52 for the low, 52. I'm going to miss the resumption. I got to be careful. It's coming up, 597. Here we go. Couple seconds. Oh my gosh. That was close. Can we see more of a dip? The R&R. It might just keep going. Oh my gosh. Can we keep going? Can we keep going? I really need to take off this extra digit. Everything seems so jumbled on the level 2. That's disappointing. The other one is also selling off aggressively. See what it continues to do. Bro, this is unbelievable. It might come down hard here. Seems like a bit of a false breakout. I got such a terrible fill that I wasn't interested in holding that trade. But I mean, green, a little bit of green did hit the tape. You know, I was trying to buy it like 08. I'm in at 25. Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. 7 has been holding surprisingly well. It's unbelievable, brother. This is some excellent momentum, though, all in all. The new candle is 15 seconds out on the one. I'm letting it pull back here because I have no idea what the low is going to be. The volume is light, which is good. It's quite aggressive, actually. It might go all the way into the halt up. 884. Ah, I tell you, man. I'm hoping for a pullback here, but it might not. It might just keep going. I mean, it's holding high, but it's in a bit of a 30-cent range. 30 to 60. Do I just leave now? Come on. Oh my gosh. It's ridiculous. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, this is a botch day. I gotta kind of call it what it is. This is ridiculous. No fills with limit orders, buying market orders at the lows, getting filled into the moon, and missed a few entries. Not a good combination. A sweet 5K day in the depths, just like that. It might give another opportunity. We've been seeing a lot of topping wicks though. I've sized down. I'm gonna go small size. I'm gonna watch for some small dips. If I can get decent fills, that'll be decent. That'll be good. If not, then that's okay. The high is at 840, so it's a pretty big range here. The other stock is selling off into oblivion. SCNI to the depths. TR&R, amazing so far. It's a shame we're not massively green. It's definitely having trouble. If it goes, will we get the dip though? Is a good question. Because there's a spread here. If we go, can we see the dip? That's rough. That's rough. That's rough. It didn't fail all the way, so it might try again. We did have 850, so perhaps maybe maybe it's run its course. Maybe this is the beginning of the backside. Perhaps, especially if this dip at 50 doesn't hold. 58, 70. I kind of, you can't blame anybody but yourself. There's a lot of entries I saw that I just hesitated on. A lot of the times when I miss the initial move and I don't even see it, I have trouble being ultra aggressive at the highs. And thinking that we would need a pullback after the halt did not help. And of course, you never know what the stock is going to do, right? We could be irrationally strong, which is why you just got to be reactive and always just buy wherever you see the entry. Wherever the entry is, just buy. Just buy, have the risk in place. Because if you form any sort of bias, it could hold you back. It could definitely hold you back. But anyhow, from the first trade I missed, I think this might be the backside. From the first trade I missed, I'm on my heels. I'm on my heels, just, feeling like I'm just chasing it, chasing it, chasing it. But all the entries are working. But for every other trade that I miss, it feels like it's compounding. Like, oh crap, it just an absolute disaster. Beautiful waste of a nice 5K day. Beautiful waste of a nice 5K day. And to make matters even worse, we're red at 700. There's a double negative right there. Not good. Not good. This is our worst performance since MLGO. Also, I think I did a little too much with share size. Not in terms of sizing up, but looking away from the level 2 for a few areas that did not help. We'll see if it continues to hold up, but definitely could be the backside here. The spreads are brutal, man. The spreads are brutal. Resistance, it's still at 40. You got to be careful to not get caught against the spreads. If you're going for the breakout, but we see the bids pulling back, could be an area to quickly lose a nice 30-40 cents. If we go, I'd like to see the dip. The one thing I do like about it is that the 5 minute candle, the volume is still pretty low. So in the next 4 minutes, maybe it tries again. It has decent volume. We'll see if it gets over the highs eventually here. Maybe the next couple minutes. It seems like it's brewing. Can we get back over 8? If not, we might come down a bit. think those offsets tomorrow should be make a huge difference, but it's having trouble up at 40. No breakout there. Maybe a little too aggressive. But massive slippage on that last position. If it goes, it needs to be violent, and if it dips, it needs to hold up the dip. If not, it's probably gonna go to like 70 or 60 and then immediately back down to 8, which is gonna be brutal if it doesn't work. If not, maybe it just, stalls out eventually and just sells off slowly. Usually we'll see some sort of breakout or false breakout though in this type of situation. The restraint right now, the restraint. Waiting patiently. Or at least I'm trying to. 820. We'll see what it does here. I don't mind if it goes, if we can get the dip, but it's always risky because it could just go and go straight up. It's been about a 20-30 minute consolidation. Still waiting. Looks like that might have been a false bid. We're seeing some fake orders, perhaps. Well, it's at 88. Small size though, only 10,000. If this thing gives another move, it's important that we see at least one solid trade. We kind of got ourselves a little bit more red on that last attempt up there, getting too aggressive. Once I saw it hold above 30, 35, I thought it was about to go. So I just jumped in watching for 60, 70, 80, but nothing. This could be backside, right? It's possible that this could be the backside already. Consolidation is still going, still holding. The wedge is getting tighter and tighter. The consolidation looks pretty healthy, to be honest. The stock is definitely extended, but we'll see what it does. It could continue to be irrational. Again, maybe it could be the backside. For me, it just comes down to how it does at the 840 level. Some people might like the dips here. I mean, some of they're working if you're not super aggressive early. The bottoming wick there at 55 did bounce back up, right? This wick. So a few of these red candles come down and then there's a good bounce. Mm, 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 mm. Days like today, days like today, man. Days like today. Days like today. I'm gonna shut down the live stream at 10:30, by the way. At 10:30, I'm gonna shut down the live stream. And that's gonna be every day until further notice. I was supposed to say that in the beginning, but I forgot. 770. We'll see how it does. I'm surprised it's seeing some early resistance here at 8. Perhaps some short sellers. There's 05. We're definitely seeing short sellers. 23,000 shares on the ask at 805. This is the ideal stock right here. Now, my performance on the other hand was pretty poor, but this type of stock is exactly what we would want to see every day if possible. This this type of stock right here in MLGO, right? Maybe some of the cheaper ones too, like CRKN, FFIE, those types of stocks. If we see these every day, we stand a really good chance. But my performance today was pretty poor. The amount of entries that I saw where I did not buy, it's astonishing. It's kind of ridiculous. But all of that stemming from me feeling like I'm chasing the move. This is an issue I dealt with before in the past. And the solution really is to be aggressive, right? The solution is to be aggressive. The solution is to be reactive, right? To buy every single time I see an entry. And I took down my sticky pad, which has that on it, after 2 solid weeks. Be aggressive towards all good opportunities. That we did not do. And those areas were like 40-cent moves. So with any sort of size, buying those areas all 5, 6 of those times alone is the difference in the day, right? We know it doesn't take much. The other stock to start was just a disaster with missing the fills. But you know what? Again, you got to blame yourself first, because even throughout this weekend, I did so much work and I still didn't finish setting up the DAS platform. As in, I did everything else that was on schedule, but coming down towards to yesterday evening, I didn't link the platform. So you got to blame myself, right? Because that way I could have already had a better hotkeys. All of that stuff matters. So as soon as this live stream is done, I'll be doing it. I'll be setting myself up properly here. You can't see the thing is with trading is that once you notice something, you have to eliminate it immediately. If not, you're gonna be behind. Could you still get by perhaps, but this is not about getting by. This is about excelling, right? So the moment we notice something, we have to immediately and as quickly as possible make the adjustment. If not, it becomes insanity and it becomes a decision to not do what's right, which is not good. So, mingling with share size as the stock is moving up aggressively, I'm not going to stand a chance because I'm missing key data, even if it's just for 1 second in those areas, right? So if you fall behind just like that, you can start to feel that FOMO of like you chasing the entry, which is exactly what happened. Especially when you actually missed the first move in itself, which is the halt up. even on that side of things, I mean that is opportunity cost. You can't really look at that as anything other than opportunity cost. But I have been having trouble being in the right place at the right time. The other stock initially did look like it was going to be the one. I mean, it started off pretty strong, all things considered, but very quickly this pullback right here did not hold up. That was SCNI. This pullback here did not hold up. So crazy. But you know, all this is the good news here is that I'm gonna make these adjustments, and opportunities are gonna keep coming because this is the stock market and the opportunity has no choice. But the quicker I make the adjustments, the quicker I'll be seeing big, massive green days and just sweet days in general, whether it's base hit days, big green days, everything. So I know what needs to be done. Now it's a matter of doing it and doing it quickly. So no time wasting. And let me write a few of these things down here so that I don't forget. You know, I wonder if I was like a millionaire, like if I was already super rich, if any of these monitors would have still been standing. That's the type of frustration I feel seeing this happen, knowing exactly what I need to do. Right? It's like for some people, it's frustrating when you're trying to learn how to trade and you kind of have issues along the way. But imagine knowing exactly what you need to do and still botching it up. It can be just as frustrating, maybe even more, right? So I'm gonna take out my notepad, and this is a good testament too because it lets you know, for those of you watching on who are cash who are now getting into trading, it lets you know that even if you're like a solid trader, like you know you're not invincible, right? If mental, because it's so mental, if mentally there's like a flaw, there's a problem. And it could be so much of a problem to where, on a day like this where it's a nice green day, you're actually red 1400. And that's the fine line, right? It's not huge, it doesn't have to be super obvious, but the main thing though as the individual is to be able to recognize what the issue is. So first bullet point, even if I'm not using the DAS platform, let's say I'm just watching at a stock, it starts to break out immediately. Even if I'm not using the hotkeys there right away, I need to pay attention until there's a downtime. Because sometimes there's a small downtime where you can take that 15 seconds to do something. Let's say there's an area you don't like, you're not interested in the trades there, cool. But other than that, the moment a stock is moving and is in a heightened area, my eyes cannot afford to come off the level two. I think once I'm in, if I want to check the fill quickly, that's acceptable because that does help me to manage risk if I happen to get caught, which even today I got caught a couple times today. And so the other counter is to set up my platform and reconnect DAS so I can have more uh, versatility towards getting in trades. The difference between me right now and me a few weeks ago, a few months ago, is this burning determination to always do what's right and, as accurately as possible. Now there's a little too much lackadaisical, it's just this weakness. It's just not good. And so we will do what is necessary to ensure success. TRNR, TRNR. So I think I'm gonna do two recaps today. I'm gonna do a regular recap for the YouTube, and I'm gonna do a MMU recap, um, and post it to the classes because I want to go through everything on the level 2 to show you guys all the key areas that was good to be in and good to be in aggressively. Other than that, the YouTube, I'm gonna kind of, I don't like to show too much level 2 on the YouTube, so I'll just do a normal recap there, maybe 10 minutes just to go over for the people who might have missed the day, to show them the opportunities that we had and a couple of key areas in the charting. And then another thing is, for me, even if I miss an opportunity, whether it's due to opportunity cost or just missing a trade, I need to remain reactive. This feeling of I've missed the last entry, I can't get in here, it's nonsense, because sometimes in a sequence we can see 4 entries. Not because I missed the first one means I need to miss the other 3 that are coming, right? Once I missed the second trade in that first sequence, I was kind of done. I was done already. Like I'd already lost it to myself really on the day right there. And I just kept thinking, oh man, I can't buy here. I can't buy this entry here. Can you imagine being trading for 5 years, being this good, and then something like this gets you? And this shaking of my head that you'll see on the YouTube stream, I'll shake my head and I'll kind of smile. It's this bad habit that I have where it's just repeating in my head. The circumstance of the day is just repeating in my head constantly. And as much as I'm saying out loud, hey, patiently wait for the next opportunity, it's still there and it's like clouding my judgment a little bit. So, and this is the type of thing, even when a student will come with an issue, it's sometimes a hard thing to tackle because it's in your head, right? So, this is something for me to think about in terms of just meditation. Meditation is usually pretty good. You got to accept it quickly and just move on. Accept it quickly and just move on. That way you can stay focused for the opportunities to come. And it's why that phrase of being reactive is so good, because you can continue to react to what's happening real time. And these three adjustments here will have me sitting nicely. So the next day, and hopefully it's tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow we can see something strong again. Even if it's not, maybe we gotta wait a few days. But the next day that we see a stock like this, I will remember this conversation here, and I will make sure that I do what's right in these situations so that I can improve as a trader. The quicker I do this, the faster I start to see results. Is that simple. So am I going to allow myself to take away from my greatness? The answer is no. I'm looking forward to the challenge. I'm looking forward to the opportunity. And so the beautiful thing with the market is that the market will provide an opportunity and I will get another chance. So it's only a matter of time. And when we're in this situation again, am I going to be repeating this, or am I going to be saying I overcame the obstacle, right? All right. Yeah, day trading, I tell you. You see, none of what I'm talking about is technical analysis per se, because I've seen so much, like in terms of screen time and hours of the level 2, hours of the chart. The issue that I have here is not related to the technicals in any way really, but more so mentally in my own head, right? Stay reactive. Man, another thing too that can be good for me is when I come in uh with this mindset of wanting, I refer to it as the smoke, right? But you gotta be on that type of time, all the time, which is very tricky sometimes. And things can slow down, you can let your guard down, and before you know it, it's a hot day or it's a hot stock and you're lollygagging, you know? So you got to be intense, and not that you have to match fire with fire, but you want to bring your extinguisher so that you can have a good chance. Just a little bit of intensity. We don't want to show up to the campfire with just a spoon of water and expect to see some steam. You got to come with a bucket. So, talking myself you know, through what I felt, I definitely feel a little bit better because when you keep that stuff in, it's just a rage. It's just a cycle of rage. So hopefully this helps out at least a few people, and I think it's a good lesson, right? I think it's a good lesson. Um, this is why the people love tuning in because ultimately, not this many people would be willing to be so vulnerable, right? And to just kind of explain the thought process throughout the move. This happens too often though. And the worst thing is to have an excuse, to miss out on a good move. So to improve, to improve, to improve. Now, we're kind of red. Mentally, I feel all right, but I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else that might be worth looking at. I mean, what a move here! What a beautiful move! And shout out to anybody who might have been watching at the red to green early. If you didn't like SCNI, because that one did have a small spread. The volume was a little lighter to start the first minute. So if you might have checked it out and kind of told yourself, let me just see how this other one is doing. Once the 1 minute candle made the new high at 46 earlier down here, this is where we kind of started. Once the 1 minute candle made the new high right there, this thing started to move a little bit. Each trade does have a better representation of the halt levels with these dotted lines. Much easier to see that there was a halt in the 1 minute chart, especially. Another thing with trading too is that, you know, there is a little bit of multitasking that has to go on. When I took this dip right here, you know, the stock held up twice at 50 and I think 54. Let me just see. Was it this area? Maybe it wasn't this area. I do feel like it was pretty early in the move. Low of 685, high of 782. Or was it? I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll have to watch back the archive to really see. MBIO is curling up. MBIO. All right, it's past the time here for me, so I'm gonna be trading. Well, I don't know if I'll be trading, but I'll be here. I'll be setting up my platform. If something else is worthy, I can approach it with small size, maybe MBIO, but I'm gonna be shutting it down at 10:30 for the next couple of weeks. Maybe for a week and a half, but it depends. I think after the team house meetup, we might do till 12 again. But for now, 10:30, we're gonna be out of here. I'll be back later though throughout the day in the Discord. Maybe depends on if something is moving. But yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay green if you're going the distance. And remember, you know, whatever issue you might have dealt with or is, let's say, dealing with, rather, if you're dealing with any sort of issues, you got to map it out and then look to take a course of action. So yeah, hit that thumbs up, check out those links down below. And by the way, shout out to Dynasty, who was the winner for the wheel spin. We did do the wheel spin early Saturday morning, and Dynasty in the Discord was the winner. So shout out to him. We already spoke a little bit, but we're gonna give him a call today officially, and you know, get all the details, right? So this trip in Miami should be good. It's gonna be great. Actually, it's gonna be great. There's a lot of things that we're gonna do, and as mentioned, you know, the place we're staying is a resort, right? It's a resort. We can't call it anything else. It's absolutely massive, and it should be a good time. So take care, stay safe, stay green, man. Day trading, you know, it needs to be this way. It needs to be hard so that when we're doing a good job, we know that we're being extremely disciplined. It can't just be easy. So let's do what needs to be done. All right. Take care, stay safe, stay green. I'll catch you guys in the recap.